তার বিরুদ্ধে শুনছি আপনার বড় কোনো খেলা।
So the wait is over, we can finally get going. Welcome to everybody who has joined us for this unmissable game. Hugely anticipated, hugely hyped. Undoubtedly the place to be at this moment in time. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. And already we're underway here. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Oh, it's a promising build-up this, plenty of really nice passing. Well, there is the unmistakable figure of Diego Forlan. The Uruguayan certainly left his mark on the game with some terrific moments.
Yeah, I remember the early noughties, Peter, and that version of Forlan, who was a scorer of memorable goals, although he wasn't at his most prolific.
Absolutely not, though his spectacular late match winner from a game in early November 2002 always springs to mind, struck as it was from a full 25 yards out.
Yeah, in a game he was also forced to play without a shirt as he couldn't get it back from the crowd, having thrown it into the stands.
That was the one. Yeah. That was the one. Platini. Forlan. There's the hit! And the keeper couldn't hold it. There's the shot! Goal! Republic of Korea! And South Korea lead. Oh, whose goal is that? Big deflection. That's one for the dubious goals panel.
After 18 minutes is number 22, Platini.
South Korea have penetrated for the first time.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
Mohamed Salah. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Substitution on the field. Number 22, Mohamed Salah. Coming on the field is number 5, Bellingham.
It's a really well-measured ball. Shot could be on, and Hullet! Goal! And they're at it again in double quick time.
Yeah, they were made to pay for not moving the ball smartly enough through a very strong pressing wave.
South Korea are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Baresi spots it and intercepts. Well, this man's contribution is, as you would expect, proving terrific.
Well, not only can a player of such high caliber show the imagination to set up a goal, but he can also produce when the pressure's on to deliver a big moment. This guy was born to create.
Chance for the header! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
And it's Forlan. That was good pressing, forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. Hullet proving a very adept defender. It was a good tackle too.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
And the pass is intercepted. And here's Mbappe. And Dijk gets over and intercepts.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
And here's Hullet. Bellingham. There's the whistle for half-time. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
South Korea are 2 up and everything is shaping nicely. The only criticism, it could have been 3.
South Korea sitting pretty here at half-time, 2-0 up.
Thank you very much for your cooperation. Substitution on the field. Number 20, Cantona.
Whistle goes, and we start the second half.
Coming on the field, number 19, Pele.
It's been intercepted.
Substitution in progress.
South Korea, different to some extent this half. Details of the changes to come soon.
I'll be fascinated to see how the change now affects their overall strategy.
Messi. Messi going face to face with his great rival. It's a sharp pass. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Belletti. Bullets. South Korea have got it back and they'll have another go. Can he finish? It's run loose. Who's going to get there? South Korea with this 2-goal lead. They're certainly looking much the more assured side.
The attendance
Still no way through. The defender here is resolute. Played with finesse. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. And they're back on the ball again. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it. Real chance! It's loose. Oh, he's been caught on it here. And another try!
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Strong running down that left flank. Expertly cut out. Really nicely done.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Now it's Bellingham. Forlan. South Korea have their second corner now. Platini plays it short. Forlan. Big chance! Corner number 3 coming up. It's a mighty effort! And he's following up! It's loose now and they want to get... Decent hit! Oh, it looked like 3-0 for sure.
Platini is fully aware of how important that could have been. Probably game, set and match.
South Korea get their 4th corner. They've played it short. Can he get away here? And it's going to be another corner. They're up to 5 corners now. Platini with the short one. Al Nassr are looking to go forward now.
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Nesta. Here's Nedved.
There will be 3 minutes.
Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. Bellingham. Messi. Caught offside that time. Gabriel. So that's it. It is all over. Perhaps not quite utopia, not what was entirely desired, but most importantly, they have the result that was of paramount importance. good enough in the eyes of their people.
Hello everybody,
Pullet
and
taking
please
in the
join me in
accolades, having
wishing
been
a
named
happy
man of the
wedding
match,
anniversary for
and
one of our
deservedly
fan
so.
club members.
How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
South Korea definitely impressing me here, especially the way that attack clicked.
Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Hello, hello, hello.
Well, hello and welcome one and all. It's a pleasure to have you with us. As you can see, we are all set. The game should be a truly entertaining one, whichever side of it you find yourself on. We have a grand mass of noise and colour, and the juices are flowing. And The matchday noise at this place is truly special. The pride, the passion, it adds to a massive sense of occasion. And already we're underway here. Oh, good-looking ball. Pull it. Eto. Pull it.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And it's Beckham. And they're quick to get it back. Got a shot away. Oh, that is very close.
That's a great effort. There was very little backlift to indicate what was coming.
Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Silvinho. Now, he is quick.
Rapid, Peter. Absolutely rapid.
I suppose if there was such a thing as a model Brazilian fullback, he'd be pretty close to it, wouldn't he?
Yeah, you don't win all those honours at club and international level without doing something right.
Vieira. Looking for the run. Can he get onto this? South Korea still without a single shot on target. Vieira. Platini. Cruyff. Platini. He's found some space. And the finish! Now, who's going to be first to this? Well, there's the clearance. Oh, that's a key interception. Figo. Oh, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Deftly away. That's a lovely, neat pass. Oh, easy pickings there. And it's Messi. Platini. Cruyff. Great ball if he can get there. Great chance! Goal! Republic of Korea! Simplicity itself.
Well, that defence is perplexed by the fact they've allowed him the space.
So the first goal of the game.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
Tries to dink it through. And it's Belletti. Oh, no, that was never going to make it. The only breakthrough then came late in the first half here, and that is the difference. And the score is 1-0.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space. He's been doing ever so well, just reacting faster.
Schmeichel deals with it effortlessly. And the half-time whistle goes. So there we are, half-time. Both teams head into their respective dressing room. And, well, there was a genuine flow about the game. Most importantly, there has been just one telling moment. It is still very tight here. The game still up for grabs. And the half-time score, 1-0. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, I think there's plenty to be pleased about with that first half display in terms of the score and overall approach.
South Korea head for the dressing room in possession of a 1-0 lead. And the second half gets underway.
South Korea really need to go and grab another goal now, Peter, if they're going to go on and secure this.
And he was quick to react. Figo. Gabriel kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. He's through here. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
South Korea clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
And the shot! enough try.
Yeah, it's good movement though. A bit unlucky he couldn't actually steer it goalwards.
Longbois Bichaya are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Cruyff.
The attendance for this match was 70,000.
Platini providing an outlet on that flank. Rijkaard gets it away. Now it's Mbappe. He's picked his way through. Mbappe.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks. South Korea have turned up with a human blockade. This is top defence.
Fiddles it through. And he's in on goal. Eto! It's in! 2 up and threatening to pull clear. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
South Korea are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
That's Nedved. It's Nedved! Oh, it looked like 3-0 for sure.
Well, he's looked very lively. He really wants to put this game to bed. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Platini plays it short. Eto! Oh, nearly, but not quite.
Yeah, typically for him, that was the furthest thing from easy, but it still didn't stop him having a go.
South Korea have their second corner now. Eto. Can he put it away? Yes! And they are cruising away. That is just remarkable, the amount of bend he got on that.
Well, the ball flight may be unpredictable, but the predictable part was the technique. It screamed goal all the way.
A case now of complete control.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And there's green grass ahead of him. Oh, big chance! He scored! It is no contest. It is a landslide.
Yeah, great movement and great use of space to get on the end of the pass, and that pretty much did it.
South Korea are at the peak of their powers. As for their opponents, a long way from that.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Has a goal! It's a goal! And it adds further to a heavily one-sided scoreline. This is getting punishing.
Well, I think we've reached the point when even damage limitations is no longer an option.
Things looking... Oh, it's gone in!
Oh, it's unfortunate. Took a touch off the defender, and that can happen.
South Korea, and that is as far as it goes. South Korea pretty much in utopia, imposing themselves in the manner they wanted right from the start. A show all about one side's remorselessness, ruthlessness, relentlessness. Eto picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise. Well, there's no doubt that this is a game which holds a special place in the minds of the footballing folk in this part of the world. Expectations rising, evidently the crowd hoping to be treated to a special contest. It is the perfect backdrop for the players to walk out to. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. And already we're underway here. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Couldn't quite squeeze that one through. Well, 2002 was the first time we got to see Diego Forlan in Europe, at least. He did take a little while to adapt, but soon he started to show the eye for the spectacular, Jim, which became a bit of a hallmark.
Yeah, on a cold night in Manchester, I think it was November time, scored a late winner against tricky opponents from the South Coast.
And he latched onto a ball from another very expensively recruited South American and smashed it in spectacularly from 25 yards or so. And little did we know at that point that scenes like this would become commonplace in his career.
Indeed.
That's been cut out, well played. Costa Curta, and he was quick to react.
Well, both teams are proceeding with caution, but there's plenty of time to wait for some attacking purpose.
Oh, smashing header! Platini. Gerrard. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Good pressure, determined, intense. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Maradona going full tilt down the right-hand side. Oh, that is a nice touch. Well, that is one way to stop him. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Possession football, Jim, we're seeing plenty of it. What is it, though, that really makes it work?
Well, for me, what makes it work is the fact that everyone in this team has the courage to show for the ball. You can't shy away from it. You can't hide. You have to front up in a setup like this, and everyone is doing just that.
You make it sound so simple. Now it's Forlan, and he's found the way. Oh, shooting chance! There it is!
And for such a big name in your side to register very close to the break, not only creates a real buzz in your dressing room during the break, but dispirits the opposition too, and sets up a decent chance to go on and finish this game to their liking now. Well, we've seen the hunger to win it back and the focus to make it count. A very tasty combination.
South Korea have broken through. It's 1-0.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever they had in mind for the half-time team talks. One has got to...
And we hit half-time. Well, it's a half which has simmered along nicely, warming up to what may be a more open second half to follow. Reflections on the first half?
Haven't played that badly. Getting caught again on the counter-attack is unlikely. They're switched on to that and still very much in this game.
South Korea happy to have the lead in a tight old game. Half-time, 1-0. Here we go again then.
South Korea definitely want to carry on in a similar manner, although I would exercise some caution, Peter. You wouldn't want to leave yourself open in the early minutes trying to kill this off.
Belletti. Platini. And they win it back again. Vieira. And it's Gullit. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Looking for the run. Oh, he's found support out wide. Oh, that's a key interception. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. And it's Gerrard. Gullit. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising.
The attendance for this match
South
was
Korea have really been terrific at
70,987.
snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
Neymar. Oh, sweet feet. It's a mighty effort. Oh, taken with style. They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, it certainly livened things up a bit, and that next goal now is absolutely crucial.
What a super header, dispatched beautifully.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Aberdeen grabbed the equaliser, and we're all square.
Look, Peter, I was on the fence before a ball was kicked, and I still haven't moved.
Well, that's been cut out, well played.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Eto, great chance! Goal! Republic of Korea! And again they hit the front.
The goal scorer
He
for
does
South
it all
Korea
with an air of
after
efficiency
73
and
minutes.
simplicity.
Yeah, he always had the measure of the keeper, and there was very little doubt as to how this was going to end up.
Number 13, Franz
South
Beckenbauer.
Korea go into the
Coming
lead.
on the field
Look,
is
he's the one everyone
number
expects to put the
15,
ball in the net. That's what...
And he's had a hit! Has another go! It's in! They're level in a trice!
Well,
The
that's
goal
so refreshing. They went a goal
after
down, and you
78
never would have
minutes
guessed it.
is
Their reaction
number
has been
9.
emphatic.
Pele!
Not so much sophistication as doggedness and sheer bloody-mindedness.
Well, I admire players who do that because
Substitution on the
they just
field.
don't give up on anything.
Number 8, Gerrard.
And he's
Coming
done
on
it
to
again.
replace him
He's got
is
his second.
Number 6, Brian Robson.
So all square, and not for the first time.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited for me. Now they can go one better, possibly.
And he's intervened well there. Platini.
4 added minutes has been indicated.
Spread out to the left.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer, and quickly.
He's picked his way through. Cleared without hesitation. Pirlo! The last act of a game which they chased to the very end. It finishes all square, but boy, they were close to snatching it. A draw, and a highly unpredictable one. Well, they say football's only a game, but you should try telling this lot.
Hello,
Without a
everybody,
doubt,
and
it is the
welcome
week's
to
most
today's
eagerly
match.
awaited contest. A sporting event which has magnificent scenery as its backdrop. It is tribal, and it has aroused the most primal of instincts in so many of us. And we are glad to have you alongside us for it. And the matchday noise at this place is face to face with the... And the shot! He's scored!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Well, I think he was saying to his teammates, how dare you doubt me?
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Sunset. Bullet. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
And the pass is intercepted. Tonali. South Korea leading here thanks to that early goal. 1-0 the score. Thuram kept his eye on it, and he's there. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And that is as far as they're going to go. Gabriel. It's Belletti. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
He's going for goal! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Alvarez clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper. There's a defensive height advantage here, Peter, but of course it's not guaranteed to work.
Yeah, they've got to find a way around this huge height disadvantage. South Korea are looking to go forward now. He's found a way through. James. That pass has been well intercepted. Back into the middle. Oh, no joy this time. Gabriel kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Danger averted for now.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Bellingham, someone who can always claim to be the most immaculate finisher. Shot could be on. Can he put it away? Really well taken goal. And this is getting better and better.
Look, there just wasn't much of a gap to begin with, and to find it, I think it was a fine drive, and I don't think the keeper could have really planned for that. I think he's a bit unlucky in that instance.
South Korea are doing very nicely, thank you.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established.
And that has been clubbed away.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Bellingham. And the referee brings the first half to a close. How would you review the first half?
Well, it's looking pretty straightforward, Peter. They've got themselves into a very good position, so why dither from here when they can repeat their first half success with another show of strength?
South Korea ahead 2-0, and they are looking good. So we're just settling back into this second half. No changes at the interval from either side. Bullet! And it's there! And the lead is 3! It is surely done!
The keeper deserves some sympathy there. He may not have seen that until too late.
For South Korea after 48 minutes is
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy. James. Alvarez. Hullet.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
And it's Belletti. And it's Hullet. The fullback is in acres of space here. He's got the shot away! It's a goal! Comfort! Yet more comfort! Easing away. Complete awareness. He understood what was needed and he executed it smoothly.
That's just a great finish, but it's down to very clever movement. You can see this has been obviously worked on a training ground. He knew exactly where he wanted the ball and it all came good.
South Korea are at the peak of their powers. As for their opponents, a long way from that.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Turan. Now Tonali. Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. Zakanyi. Well, played right into his path. And he was quick to react. Zakanyi. Bellingham. Platini. There's the shot! No mistake! And this is getting ridiculous. Borderline crazy.
Well, I think we've reached the point when even damage limitations is no longer an option.
Things looking so easy, almost too... Can he finish? Platini. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Zakanyi. Platini. And here's Eto. Bellingham. Real chance!
That's great defending to cover for the goalkeeper and just get something in the way.
Zakanyi. Zakanyi purring through the gears. In he goes again! And that's wide. No way through there.
Bullet really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Has been indicated.
That is a brilliant interception. Mohamed Salah. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Time added on, 4 minutes. Alvarez. He's a sharp little ball here. Shapes to shoot! And another try! Schmeichel deals with it effortlessly. So that's it. It is all over. South Korea pretty much in utopia, imposing themselves in the manner they wanted right from the start. A show all about one side's remorselessness,
Just a quick
ruthlessness,
announcement. We would like to inform
relentlessness.
you that CCTV is
Eto
now in
picking up
operation
the Man
for
of the
your
Match
safety.
award, and no surprise there. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Well, the look on the manager's face
Well, they say football's only a game, but you should try telling
Hello,
this lot.
everybody, and
Without a
welcome
doubt,
to
it is the
today's
week's
match.
most eagerly awaited contest. A sporting event which has magnificent scenery as its backdrop. It is tribal, and it has aroused the most primal of instincts in so many of us. And we are glad to have you alongside us for it. Really is quite a sight to behold this. It feels like he's had a shot! Oh, that was no routine save.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
And it's been taken short. And that's played. Big chance! He scored!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
Celtic finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Modric. And it's Eto. Platini. Now it's Luis Suarez. He won't be happy with that one. Luis Suarez. And it's Del Piero. That is a great ball. Whatever he had in mind, that he's having a go. Well, now it's a race for the ball. Griezmann! Now, who's going to be first to this? It'll be a throw-in. Modric. Modric unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Oh, that's a fine interception. And he's there to belt it away. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Oh, that just required a bit more oomph to reach its target.
Oh, easy pickings there. Oh, that's well spotted. South Korea leading here thanks to that early goal. And the score is 1-0. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Shot a goal! He's got a goal! A quite incredible spell. They are flying.
Yeah, I'd call that transition with bite. They won it back and bit hard.
South Korea are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
Oh, shooting chance! That's another chance! That was superb goalkeeping.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
It's their second corner of the game. Platini with the short one. Eto! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Celtic are looking to go forward now. Oh, that's a nice ball. Gerrard. And here's Hullet. Adams gets across to intercept that. Chouameni. Del Piero. Now Costa Curta. Del Piero. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. Now it's Luis Suarez. Threads one in. Oh, what a ball! Great hit! Yes! And they're at it again in double quick time. Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
Well, it is a game which in the grand scheme of things may not have too much
Hello,
riding on it,
everybody,
but
and
it
welcome
is
to
equally
today's
clear
match.
and very visible that there is much
against
pride
South
around
Korea.
it. Chants are filling our ears, proud renditions of hymns and songs. It is the perfect soundtrack. Really is quite a sight to behold this. It feels like a big game, it looks like a big game. Mind you, they all do at this ground. And already we're underway here. Up he goes! Oh, should really have made more of that.
Yeah, it's very well timed. A delivery like that with the right amount of pace and whip can be a nightmare to defend against.
And it's Cruyff. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
The movement was good, but the pass lacked authority. A cause of miles.
Header! What a wonderful goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
What a great header, got plenty on that.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Atalanta finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Oh, shooting chance! And he's following up! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. South Korea are seeing a lot of the ball and have a 1-0 lead to show for it. Fernando Torres. He's shifting through the gears here. Good read, needed to be.
Fernando Torres. Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder.
He's had a hit! Short changes him with that pass. Van Dijk cuts out the pass. Gerrard. Gullit. Can he finish? And it's in! And they're at it again in double quick time.
Cruyff very cleverly provided the return ball there, and it made all the difference in the creation of that goal. I don't want to take anything away from the finish, but the pass was really key.
Oh, he's been caught napping. Eto'o. Platini. That's a sharp pass. 15 minutes till half-time. Alexander-Arnold. He won't be happy with that one. Cruyff. Look at the space here. Has a shot. Oh, he gave that an almighty thump.
Well, we always have to give a reason for it, Peter, but did he hit that too well?
Platini. Now it's Gullit. Played back in, and that is expertly dealt with. South Korea heading towards the half-time break. The wind very much in their sails. Has a look and plays it forward. 5 minutes till the break. Shot could... He's got the shot away! And it's there! And again, they simply do not know what has hit them. Lacking for neither time nor space, it could scarcely have been more straightforward.
Such a smart finish, and the setup was very good too, but defensively, they didn't cover themselves.
It's Eto'o! He's kept it out just.
That's the threat he carries, Peter, running at defences like that. If only he managed to retain his composure. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Eto'o! And he should have made it for Messi. And it's half-time here. Well, the contrast in fortunes here could not be much more stark. All smiles on one side, their qualities have shone through. But look across
Just
the
a
other
quick
way,
request
and
today
there
for
is
everybody
nothing
to please
short of
kindly
absolute
remove any cars
deflation.
parked on the road outside the
Peter,
stadium.
do I really need to say anything, or can I simply refer you to the scoreline?
South Korea, 3 goals to the good after a really excellent first half that's been intriguing to watch. Plenty of highlights to show you during the break. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Number 17, Bukayo Saka.
No way through there.
30, Messi.
Yeah.
Coming on the field,
South
number
Korea
29,
looking to pass their way
Mbappe.
through.
Number 20, Batistuta.
Neymar.
Number
Yeah,
10,
they were looking for a
Neymar.
counter-attack.
Number 19, Yamal.
Oh, good read.
That
Number
was well
14,
played, well stopped.
Platini. Good spot, he's seen the run.
Look, movement creates more options, and that was really sharply done.
Great hit! In he goes again! He scores! Comfort, yet more comfort, easing away. He won't get any simpler than that, but he's certainly not complaining.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be.